What if the greatest risk to your financial future isn't the market, but the way you think? Every day, millions jump into trading with dreams of wealth, but most end up with broken accounts and crushed hopes. It's not just bad luck or a few wrong trades, it's the absence of a real system and the failure to master their mindset. The truth is brutal. In trading, your brain, not your broker, decides your future. But why do some traders make millions while others lose everything? What separates the lucky few who succeed from the thousands who crash and burn? Stick around, because what you're about to learn could completely change how you see trading and your chances at real financial freedom forever. The core philosophy at the center of Van Tharp's teachings was a radical idea. Trading success is almost entirely psychological. Not a little, not somewhat, almost completely. It's easy to doubt that claim until you really think about it. If two traders use the exact same strategy in the exact same market conditions, one could build a fortune while the other goes broke. Why? It's not the strategy, it's the trader behind it. Tharp believed that the real battle isn't on the charts or in the markets, it's inside your own head. Until you confront and master your fears, your subconscious beliefs about money, your emotional reactions to losses, and your hidden hunger for big wins, no amount of technical analysis, no strategy, no trading book will save you. Success in trading doesn't come from finding a magic indicator. It comes from trading your mind, first sharpening it, training it, understanding it before you ever place a single dollar on the line. Only when you master yourself can you ever hope to master the market. The 17-step trading system model? Van Tharp didn't believe in magic strategies handed out like lottery tickets. He believed in carefully crafting personal, bulletproof systems that fit the trader's individual goals, psychological wiring, and real-world risk appetite. His 17-step trading system model wasn't a rough guideline. It was a blueprint designed for survival and success. It started with brutally honest self-assessment. Traders were asked to take a personal inventory, to look at themselves without ego. What are your real skills? Where do you fall apart under pressure? From there, Tharp pushed traders to set laser-clear objectives. Are you trying to generate monthly income, build long-term capital, preserve wealth? Without clear goals, the market will pull you in 100 directions at once. Then came the critical step, defining your risk tolerance. How much are you willing to lose on a trade without it shaking your confidence, without it making you reckless or fearful? Only after laying all this groundwork could you move into designing, testing, refining, and retesting your actual trading system. Tharp knew something most traders never realize if you skip this foundation. You aren't building a business. You're building a house of cards waiting to collapse. Position sizing. If there was one technical weapon that Van Tharp preached more fiercely than anything else, it was position sizing. It's the silent killer or silent savior in every trader's journey. So many people obsess over being right about the market direction, but Tharp exposed the brutal truth. It's not about being right, it's about how much you risk when you're wrong. Position sizing, deciding exactly how much to bet on each trade, isn't a boring technicality. It's life or death. It's the difference between surviving a string of bad trades or watching your account bleed out. Tharp taught that you could have a winning edge and still wipe yourself out if your position sizing was reckless. That's why he introduced the concept of R multiples, a way of measuring every win and every loss, not just by how many dollars you made, but by how much you risked. It shifted the entire mindset. Instead of chasing giant wins and fearing losses, traders learned to control risk like a pilot controls altitude. Mastering position sizing meant that even after multiple losing trades, you stayed alive, stayed rational, and kept growing. It wasn't about gambling bigger, it was about surviving long enough to let your edge play out and compound into real, sustainable wealth. Expectancy. Expectancy was the hidden engine behind everything Van Tharp taught. It was the mathematical backbone that separated professional traders from hopeful gamblers. It wasn't enough to string together a few lucky winning trades. The real question was always bigger. Over the long run, were you gaining more than you were losing? Tharp's expectancy formula captured that truth in brutally simple terms. Probability of winning times average win minus probability of losing times average loss. It stripped away the noise and got to the heart of real profitability. Most traders fall into the trap of obsessing over win rates, convinced that being right as often as possible is the golden ticket. Tharp shattered that myth. You could be right only 40% of the time and still make a fortune, as long as your average wins were significantly larger than your average losses. Expectancy forced traders to stop focusing on isolated trades and start thinking like casinos do, playing the odds over hundreds, even thousands, of small calculated bets. It wasn't about perfection, it was about building a small statistical edge and letting it play out over time. In a world obsessed with instant gratification, Tharp's concept of expectancy taught real patience, discipline, and the true nature of wealth creation in trading. Real-world application. If you ever doubt whether these ideas actually work, just listen to the story of one mid-level engineer who stumbled onto Van Tharp's teachings after 2 painful trading account blowouts. Like many beginners, he started out thinking success was all about finding the right technical indicator, the next hot stock, the magic system. Every time a strategy failed, he blamed the market. Every time he won, he thought he was a genius. But nothing stuck until he found Tharp's work. For the first time, he realized the enemy wasn't the market, it was his own mindset. He started keeping a brutally honest trading journal, documenting every fear, every greedy impulse, every moment of hesitation. He stopped chasing strategies and instead built a system that fit his real strengths: patience, careful planning, and a strong tolerance for small losses. He mastered position sizing, ensuring that no single trade, no matter how promising, could blow up his account. And most importantly, he committed to the principle of expectancy, trusting the math over his emotions. 3 years later, the results spoke for themselves. He wasn't just surviving anymore, he was thriving. Month after month, his account grew steadily, not because he found a secret strategy, but because he rewired the way he thought about risk, reward, and discipline. That's the real Van Tharp effect. No flashy miracles, no hype, just real, replicable success built from the inside out. Common pitfalls. Most traders fail not because they're stupid or lazy, but because they focus on the wrong things. They chase indicators, hunt down perfect strategies, and spend hours reacting to news headlines. They neglect their own mindset, ignore risk management, and operate without a clear system. When fear spikes or greed blinds them, they make impulsive decisions and the market punishes them without mercy. They think one winning trade makes them invincible, and one losing streak means the game is rigged. But the truth is simpler. Trading is about probabilities, psychology, and discipline. Without a structured, personalized system, and without mastering themselves, most traders are doomed before they even begin. Trading your way to financial freedom isn't a fantasy reserved for the lucky few. It's real, but it demands the right approach. It demands you shift your focus inward on your beliefs, your emotions, your discipline, and build a system that fits who you truly are. Van Tharp's roadmap doesn't promise overnight riches. It promises something much more powerful, a path where your results are no longer random, where your losses don't destroy you, and where your wins aren't just luck but the product of a system you trust. If you're serious about turning trading into a real path to financial freedom, start by trading your mind first. Build your system, respect your risks, play the long game. And if this video gave you real value, make sure to comment your thoughts below, share it with someone who needs to hear this, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for more real, no-fluff guides to mastering your financial future.